Hey there, my loves. Welcome back. Long time no see. I know. I know. I am here today to tell you why. Why haven't you seen me in 6 weeks? Where have I been? What's been going on? What's up with CPTV? This is going to be special for me. So let's get to work, or let's get back to work, I should say. What's been going on, and also what my plans are and what's happening into the future. So the best place to start is from the beginning. As you guys know, the whole month of June, I was doing lives. I was doing live Q&As, and I love lives. You guys showed up, you showed out. I got so much energy from them, and they were amazing. But at that time, I was already deciding to take a couple weeks off in order to kind of recalibrate and restructure. I was already going through a process of looking for new team members and really looking for a new team member, one who could really step in and be my content marketing director, someone that I could work with very, very closely that could take over the content and digital marketing aspects of Cheryl C. Perez Enterprises, because I've been the CMO, the Chief Marketing Officer, forever, and I could only take this so far. I recognize that. I've always been the type of entrepreneur to know, as we all should be, that you need to surround yourself with people with different levels of expertise, higher levels of expertise, ones that know more than you do in order to get to that next level. And that was my game plan. And I knew that I needed to take a couple of weeks off in order to recalibrate. I was really looking for someone who could join my team, understand our content, understand our goals, our strategies, our voice, and that could really take over not only what we were accomplishing here on YouTube, because I wasn't 100% happy with where the channel was and what our analytics was saying. I felt like we were becoming stagnant and that we were actually not growing the same pace that we had been. And don't get me wrong, I was and have been extremely excited about how much we've been growing and how rapidly we've been growing, but the numbers were saying that we were kind of leveling off, and I didn't want to level off. So I'd already been planning to add to my team and to kind of restructure. And that plan involved taking a couple weeks off. So that was my plan. And as we know, in entrepreneurship, plans don't always work out the way that they are supposed to or the way that we want them to. And one of the key, mindsets that we're supposed to have is the ability to adjust and to be flexible. And I consider myself to be somebody who is really flexible and able to adjust. I mean, I've learned that skill over the last 25 years of owning businesses, and I felt like it was something that I was really, really strong in. And I've also felt like, life has dished out some shit to me over the years that I have been able to come out of and to pull myself up from and to stay motivated and push through and to keep going and to push forward. And I was ready for all of that. I was ready to take a couple weeks off and to come back stronger and better and rebranded and more excited than ever before. And then life threw me a curveball, and it wasn't just, any kind of curveball. It was a 200-mile-an-hour curveball that hit me in the chest and broke my heart. The curveball was extremely significant. It knocked me on my ass. So what was this curveball? What was this curveball that turned 2 weeks into 6 weeks of hell? And honestly, it's not just 6 weeks, because it's still going. I'm still struggling. I'm still trying to find the strength every single day to move forward and to keep pushing. And you might be thinking, well, then why are you on TV right now? Why are you on YouTube right now telling us what's got you here? And I'm going to share with you what got me here, because honestly, earlier today, all week long, I've been saying I was going to do this video. And I've been saying that next week was the week. Next week was the week that I was going to put the video up and get CPTV back on schedule and get my content back out there and do all of those things, because I do have my new team member. I am so excited to welcome him to the team. He's going to be amazing. And I had put off bringing him on because of this curveball. And it was finally time for me to not put him off any longer, because I was going to lose him. And I said, I got to do it. But today, another thing hit me, and I had automatically decided that I was just going to wait again and put it off and wait a whole nother week, which is what I've kind of been doing. And one of you sent me an email message that changed the game. And I'm going to share the email. I am. Just give me a second. Let me go back a little bit. So, like I said, 6 weeks ago, I was already planning to take a 2-week break. And you all know, I've mentioned before, that I've been the primary caregiver for both of my parents for quite some time. Well, my dad, I've been the primary caregiver for him for a long time. It's been a 5-year battle, health battle for him. It started with cancer, esophageal cancer, 5 years ago. And he is a beast. He was just a fighter. And, we've gone through a lot in the last 5 years. Just a consistent cycle of doing okay, having something happen, end up in the hospital, going into short-term rehab, getting better, getting stronger, coming back home, and having another cycle of being okay, and then having something happen, and then getting sick and ending up in the hospital, and going into short-term rehab, and then getting stronger and getting better and coming back home. I mean, it was just this vicious cycle that had been going on and on and on ever since this battle started 5 years ago. In the meantime, in between, we were also dealing with doctor's appointments and healthcare appointments, and we moved from Georgia to Florida, and you guys know I'm in Ohio. And, we've just been managing. We've been fighting. He has been what I would consider to be, and actually my older sister and I, who I absolutely am so thankful for, would joke about it. Like, he's the bionic man. Like, he's never going to go anywhere. And it was like a joke. It really was, And so something changed for him 6 weeks ago, where he decided, without me, that he was done. He was done dealing with all the doctors. He was done dealing with the sickness. And what felt like all of a sudden for me, but it probably wasn't for him. But what felt like all of a sudden for me, he was gone. And I've never felt anything like it before in my life. I've never felt so much pain and sadness and anger. I was angry because I felt like we've been a team. The last 5 years, we've made these decisions together. We've made these decisions about his health together. And one day he just decided all by himself that he didn't want to be here anymore. Or that I don't know, that he couldn't be here anymore. And his passing rocked my world. It crushed me. It stripped me of my motivation and my focus and my drive and my desire to do or be or have or want. I stopped thinking about my future goals. I stopped feeling like I could get through anything. You know, he was my dad. And even though my whole life we've had our ups and downs, you know, he wasn't perfect. He was a dad. There's no book to being a parent. There's no guidelines. He wasn't the kind of dad that would like tuck me in at night and give me hugs and kisses and hugs and was all emotional and mushy, you know. He was more like the dad that would push you beyond what some people might think was okay. But that pushing made me who I am. And I've never lost a parent. I didn't know and don't know how to deal with that. Every memory, my whole life, he's been there from birth. Obviously, he's my parent, right? So everything I think about involves him, good or bad. I'm not saying they're all like roses and unicorn memories. I'm saying that they are memories that include him. Lessons in life, things that have shaped who I am, include him. And you don't even really realize how much of an impact until they're not here. And how much of an impact that pain has on your life. And for me, being an entrepreneur, a big part of my life is my business. A big part of my life is you. And it had such a huge impact on my motivation to do this, to be here. It still does. I am not going to lie and sit here and tell you that I am okay, because as you can see, that I am crying right now on camera, which is totally outside of my comfort zone, that I am not okay. I am getting better. I am implementing things to motivate myself every single day to get back to work. I've been back at work for a couple of weeks. I have completely thrown myself back into it. I've been working like a crazy person because that's what I do. I'm not sure if working like a crazy person is the healthiest thing, because I think that I might be doing it just to avoid thinking. But I am extremely busy because I'm also the executor of his estate, and it's my job to carry out his wishes. And that is what I am focused on doing. And his memorial service is coming up. And I'm just trying to make sure I get there and get through it. But honestly, I wasn't sure if or when I would be back. If or when I was going to do this thing. And I started thinking, how many times as an entrepreneur have I been here? How many of my students and my coachees and my audience, my CPTVers, how many times have you guys been where I am, feeling what I'm feeling? Maybe not necessarily because of a death, in your family or of a parent or this magnitude of sadness, but you've been in that space where something has hit you so hard that you just don't even feel like yourself. And you are trying to figure out how to get past it, to keep pushing, to keep going, especially if you're a startup entrepreneur and you are struggling with getting things going and shit happens, life happens, and you immediately say, this has to wait, this has to be put on the back burner because I've got all this other stuff going on and I can't prioritize this right now. That's where my head has been. I couldn't prioritize anything other than trying to just get out of bed. And then something happened. Something happened today that changed that for me. Because all week long, I've been talking to my new marketing guy. And the plan was to always have a new video that would come out next week and tell you guys what is going on, because I have been getting messages and DMs and questions and letters and cards and love. And I'm sorry now if I haven't responded, but I have literally been trying to get out of bed, like for real. I think it was 3 weeks before I even really took a shower, you know? And now I've made my way up to actually getting dressed and putting on makeup a little bit because I cry most of the time. So it just kind of goes away anyway. But how many of you guys have been here? I know a lot of you because I've been getting the messages. And the plan was to do this video next week. And then today, I was getting ready to put it off again. I was getting ready to give in to giving up again. I was getting ready to say, they can wait. It'll be okay. And then, as if Charles Cooper himself, that's my dad, sent me this message. I had decided that I was not going to do this. I had decided that I was not going to make this video. Because today his ashes were delivered to me. And I was doing okay all week. I was so busy that I didn't have time to think about what was going on. I didn't have time to think about what I was feeling. And his ashes showed up today. And they are sitting right next to me. And I've been a mess all day. So when they got here, the first thing I wanted to do was to go back home and get in the bed and bury myself underneath the covers and say, I am done. I give up again. I had decided that. I had told Ryan that I was done and I was not doing it today and I wasn't doing it this week, and I had made up my mind, because that is one thing that I still do, is make up my mind. And I said I wasn't doing it. And then this is amazing. Hey CP, you don't know me, but I have been an avid CPTVer and an avid CPTV watcher since the very beginning. I was with you when you only had 10 subscribers. I think I was number 11. Now you have 12,000 or more than 12,000. I look forward to your videos every single Tuesday, to your guidance and your inspiration, especially on those Tuesdays when I'm not sure if being an entrepreneur is the right decision for me. I watch and I learn. And I see through you that I can do this and that I can be successful. I haven't seen you in a while. Are you okay? Are you done? Is CPTV over? Where have you been? I'm not sure if you're okay or if you're just taking a break. But please don't give up on us, because we need you to stay motivated so that we can keep fighting to learn what we need to know, so that we can achieve the freedom that we deserve and desire. Isn't that your tagline? Don't you always say that? You have been that for so many of us, and I would hate to see that go. I hope everything is okay, and I hope to see you soon back on my favorite day of the week, which is Tuesday. That email, I'm not going to put you out there because I didn't get permission to put you out there. But you know who you are. And you say in that email that I motivate you, but I cannot tell you how much that email meant to me and how much it motivated me to do this, to be ready, to be back. So that's where I've been, guys. I've been dealing with life. I've been learning new skills on how to overcome something major. Something really, really major. That I was almost on the brink of letting destroy me, I think. I don't know. I can't say for sure, but after I read that message, it got me thinking, you know, everything that you teach, the specifics and the steps and the details on how to set up an infrastructure and how to create the processes and how to get your business to a point that it can run on its own, and how to find the team members and how to put in the right stuff in order to have a successful business. This, what you're going through right now, Cheryl, is what your people need to hear, because this too is real. This too is important to growing a thriving business. How to deal with life and what it throws at you, how to overcome tragedy and sorrow and sadness and lack of motivation and lack of focus, and how to overcome that feeling of just wanting to give up. I know everybody's been telling me, give myself time, you know, feeling depressed is normal. I get it. I get it. But I'm done wallowing. I'm done feeling like this. My dad would be so pissed at me. He would tell me to get up and get it together and get back out there. And that email, I feel he inspired to be sent to me. He's been watching what I've been doing the last 6 weeks. Well, the last 4 weeks. He's only been gone for 4 weeks, but the last 4 weeks, he's been watching me, and he has been rolling over in disgust. And he inspired that message to come to me. He wanted me to know that this is happening for a reason. Life has thrown this my way for a reason. It is time for me to employ the strategies that I know from a mindset perspective that I need to employ in order to take my business even further than where it was, to bring myself out of this space that I'm in, to move forward and come back better and bigger than ever, and to share what I'm implementing and what's helping me with all of you, so that you too can employ those same tips and tools when life has handed you lemons and you have to make lemonade. So, That's where I've been. And I promise you that I am back. And for the next few weeks or months or however long it takes for me to get out of this, I will be sharing with you the same tips and tools, but even more that are closer to my heart and that are real life experiences and real day-to-day business experiences of what I'm doing to overcome the bad days, to get through the bad days, to move forward, and sharing with you what I'm doing to get the motivation, to stay motivated, to get the focus, to stay focused, to be driven, to keep moving forward, even when life seems to suck. Because if you truly, truly, truly want to experience the freedom that comes from entrepreneurship, it is not going to happen outside of life happening. You have to figure out a way to keep it going and to keep it moving, even when life hands you lemons. And that's what I'm ready to do. So hopefully you guys will be on this journey with me. I'm excited. And I'm excited that you will see some of the changes, not only in me as a teacher and as a trainer and as an entrepreneur and as a woman and as a person, but also in this brand, because we are moving forward with some of those strategies that I put on the back burner before Dad got his wings. We're ready over here. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for being the motivation that I needed, that I need now to keep things going and to keep it moving. So next week is definitely a new beginning. Next week is a start. And it's a start over. And I'm counting on you guys to help me find my happiness and my motivation again. And I want to be that motivation and happiness for you as well. So hopefully you will stick with me and ride this out. And I am looking forward to the journey with you. So I'm excited. And I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what your thoughts are. I have changed. I have adjusted. Well, I am adjusting. And I want to hear what you think. And I want to tell you, thank you. And I'm sorry that I was gone for so long, but you are still going to have to deal with me for a lot longer. So, until next time, my loves, I'll see you soon. Bye.